Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football, where I break down all the corruption in the Premier League. I mean, football in the Premier League. Today we're starting with Everton against Manchester City, and there's a lot to talk about, so bear with me. There'll be a lot of these little still images. A couple of reasons. One, so I can get past the copyright, but two, so I can show you what I really want to show you and talk to you about what I want to talk to you about. Now, I watched a lot of this game, and it's the first time I've seen City in a while. City look ragged, honestly. Everton, they're not a great side, but they're not bad on Merseyside, and they actually look like they could have got away with a draw today. But we'll get onto the dodgy penalty in a minute, and I want to show you what the referee did on real time, because he didn't point to the spot; he pointed for a corner, and then the cheating Man City players came around and did their little thing, and all of a sudden the referee changed his decision. So I want to see if I can catch that on the highlights from what I saw in real time, because quite often or not, when I go back on the highlights, the things that I saw in real time aren't there. But we're going to talk about the first goal first in Everton, and this is why I think Man City aren't very good so far this season. Well, they are obviously, but they're not their normal self. There's a reason why they're fourth in the league, and they've drawn and lost a couple of games. And normally they're absolutely perfect at playing the ball out of the back here, but they get caught. And I want to show you a little bit of this as we move forward, because there's another thing that Man City do. When I show you how they cheat, the players cheat, you're never going to unsee it. You're never going to look at Phil Foden and Jack Grealish and only their midfielders again the same ever. When I point it out to you. Let's watch this, move this forward. Ball goes out wide. Good job there. But what happens when it goes out wide is the player ends up falling over. I think it's Bernardo Silva, and he just kind of half slips, and he falls over a little bit, but he keeps the ball in play. And after he falls over, clearly Everton had got the advantage. Man City don't normally make mistakes like this. Now, I don't know why he's slipped and fall, or why it's such a bad pass, or but he's in a situation, look, he's off the field and he's completely done. But now I want to show you how Rodri reacts, because he is good. He basically is their heartbeat. If they don't have him in the team, they really do struggle. And then he's going to come to save the day. Let's move it forward and watch that. Guys turns, plays the ball. Look at how open that is. Do you see how quickly, straight away, that they're open straight in the heart of Man City's defence? That doesn't happen. But here's one problem that you're facing when you're facing against Man City. Every single one of their players is faster than you. So it doesn't matter how good your first touch is. It doesn't matter where you're going next. Look how quick that they recover from this situation that they're in. Bosch covered straight away, and his first touch is terrible. But here's Rodri. And I want you to watch what he does, because he fouls this player. He pushes him off the ball. All right? He goes down and he fouls. But then immediately after, watch what happens. Bosch pushes him over, immediately happens. Is it a foul? No, not really. Is it a hard push? No, not really. But he immediately recovers the ball and gets the ball. But then this happens, and this is what the Man City players do. They dive all of the time. I mean, in this game alone, Kyle Walker should have been yellow carded for catching the ball because someone was down on the ground. Ref didn't blow the whistle. If you're playing by the rules, that's a yellow card. I mean, how can you catch the ball mid-flight because someone's injured? The ref knows he's down. It's not down for a head injury. He gets back up in 2 seconds, but you can't just catch the ball in the middle of the air. Nothing, no foul, no worries. We move on. Watch. He gets pushed, and he's looking for a free kick. He could have been strong enough there, but he gets given those free kicks all the time. And he didn't get it. So now he's like, wait, what? I didn't get that free kick? Watch everyone else's reaction of the Man City team. Hand goes up, doesn't play the game because, well, we always get given those. Gets carried on. Bosch, ball goes into the back of the net. Everyone's hands go up. Do we see that? Everyone's hands go up complaining. Everyone's complaining. Oh, it's a foul. Well, it's not. You just fouled that guy, and then same thing happened to you. There was no foul given. Everyone was playing on. But immediately they're complaining about it. And here's the thing. I used to say this when I was coaching. I better not catch you without your shirt tucked in and your shoelaces perfect and every part of your boot perfectly clean. Because if you think I'm bad about that, how bad do you think I'm going to be if you miss a pass? People couldn't understand it. They can't get it. So what happens is this. Why they're so adamant about that tiny little detail there is because they're worried about every single tiny detail. And if you do, that's how you become champions. Every single thing matters. You argue about everything. You complain about everything. You get every throw in. You get every decision. Personally, I used to be a bit like that when I want to win. If I want to win, that's how I go. But it takes a lot of energy, and you have to consistently do it for a number of months and years, and it turns into a driven force. Not so that much anymore, but that's what they're doing. They're fighting for every little scrap and every little detail at every little moment, and it does get really annoying. But when you watch Foden and when you watch Grealish now and you watch them, because Grealish is another one for it. If I've got a foul here, I'll point it out, where he overdives. It's a foul, yeah, but then he'll dive onto his shoulder, and you always see him and Phil Foden will have their shirt covered in mud. And at no point have they been in a bad challenge. At no point have they been pushed to the ground. They throw themselves to the ground to cover their shirt in mud. And I'll show you that if I've got it in here in a minute. Okay, so here's the Foden goal. And actually, they didn't show you everything. What was happening here is they were passing the ball backwards and forwards around the outside of the 18-yard box, trying to create space for somebody or trying to find an opening. And Everton were doing a very good job. I couldn't fault them. Actually, even here, doing a great job. They were 2v1 here, but they weren't in a straight line like I always find idiots in the Premier League do. They're staggered so they can help, retrieve and go to the next guy. It was brilliant. But then there's something else different. Remember when I was just telling you about all those little tiny things to win? See if you spot it. I'm going to play this as it goes to Foden. See if you can spot this for yourself before I tell you. Because when I tell you, you're going to go, oh. They'll never call this in the Premier League, by the way. Ever. Did you see it? Did you see why that guy's got that extra little bit of space? Did you see it? Let's go and I'll show you from another angle before we see his goal. How about if I stop it right there? There you go. Now you can see it. Do you see him grab that player just for a tiny second? Doof. That's enough. He can't get there. He checks him. All of a sudden, his run's taken out. And you go, oh, but that's only a 0.2 of a second, Cash. Yeah, that's all he needs. 0.2 of a second. Ball's back in there. Yep. That's all it needs. That happens all of the time in the Premier League. The amount of times people check players, not just on City, I mean they do it all over, that they just block people's runs with no intention of playing the ball, clear obstruction. Basketball, you do it screening all the time, but it's coming into football more and more. People are doing it, and they've got no intention of playing the ball. Defenders do it all the time on long runs when someone else has got the ball and they're all running back to the 18-yard box and they're all blocking off people. Happens a lot, but that's why he gets his strike away. But don't take away from it. Foden's strike was quality, finds the corner. Pickford completely and utterly wrong-footed there as well. Here's the other thing I want to look at a little bit of Jordan Pickford. I'm just thinking about it. I haven't looked at this yet. But I'm just looking at his dive right there. And I'm just kind of realising, well, if he's diving there, well, he's probably there. But the ball's on this side of the goal. So if the ball's on this side of the goal, he wants to be on this side of the goal. I've got to check him out, actually, see where he is. Oh, my God, he's got it covered. Look at how he makes a mistake here. Watch this. Didn't even realise it. Watch this mistake. Here he is. He's got that near post covered, correct? Watch what he does. Watch his foot. Okay, here's his foot movements. Here we go. He starts going over here. He starts putting all of his weight onto that foot. Look where he is. He's completely and utterly done himself. He's completely done himself. He's not really watching. I know there's a couple of bodies there in the way, but I don't know why he's moving so much, because his body shape a second ago was perfect. There, he's perfect. He could have saved it perfectly. But for some reason, he's jockeying around and putting himself out of shape. Look, down, down, down. That's where he is. Completely and utterly moved. And then when he goes, because his arms are too short, he can't get there. Wow, he's done himself. There we go. But still a good strike. Let's get on to the next goal. So this is the controversial handball that isn't a handball, but they're going to say it is. Right. So we're going to look at when this guy strikes the ball. He's smashing it up over the bar. We're going to watch that in real time, okay? We're going to see that. Look at the strike. Look where it's going. Bosh. We can see it's going up. Bump. This guy's just hit him. He's bundled into the ball. We're going to look at the handball in a second and run on the other side. But what I want to show you as well is the Man City players, because I'm telling you right now, if this was Arsenal, or if this was a Chelsea team, or this was a Brighton team all running at the referee like this, they'd all be getting yellow cards, every single one of them. Look at them. Look at how many of them are screaming at the ref. That would not happen. If they did that on another team, they'd all get yellow cards. Not only that, by the way, that it doesn't show you that the ref's pointed for a corner. Okay, it does cut. Right, okay, you've got to be really quick. When I flick this through, you'll see we'll go to the referee. Look at his arm. It's out. He's just pulling it back from pointing to the corner because he's going for the corner. That's why Foden's face is gone so like, no. Look, he's given the corner. Everyone's like, you can't believe it because he's gone, oh, it's a corner, and he hasn't given the penalty. Look at how shocked their faces are because if they don't know, because he's given a corner and then he changes his mind, he gives a penalty and they all change their face. Do you see that? Yeah, that's what happened in real time when I was watching it. Gave the corner, blew the whistle, turned around, blew the whistle again and gave a penalty. That's why their faces were so like this when they couldn't believe it. That's why they couldn't believe it and their faces were just a complete mess. But there we go. Then they get their penalty. Oh, actually, let's look at the handball a little bit more and let me break that down a bit more. See, the trajectory of the ball, he's flying up, okay? Does it hit his arm? Yeah. Letter of the law hitting the hand, is it a handball? Yeah, but he can't move his hand from anywhere because he's diving to protect the ball. Is the ball on frame? No, it's going over the bar. If it's on frame, I'm giving that a penalty all day long. It's not. It's going up. We can see that. It's actually a terrible strike. He's skied it. It'll still be going up to the space station any second now. Bosh, up it goes. It's his hand. Penalty. Not to me, because that's going up over the bar. And if you're giving that, Luke Shaw did one of those for Man United the other week. They never gave it because they were like, no, his arm's going the way he's going. He's absolutely fine. Odegaard did one for Arsenal the other week I think it was the Liverpool game. That was a clear penalty. There was one for Aston Villa the other week. 3 weeks ago. That was another one they didn't give. So here's the problem. You can't give that if you haven't given all those other ones. If you've given the other ones, yeah, you can give that and go, okay, it's consistency. But there is no consistency. They keep flip-flopping the rule every week, so no one knows what it is or what it isn't. So, yeah, it's all over the place in my book. Let's get on to the penalty. I don't really rate Jordan Pickford as a goalkeeper, and there's a couple of things I want to talk about as well, about him, especially in this particular game, because I did watch most of this game. But it goes straight down the middle, bump, he gets beaten. Yep. Straight down the middle. I think he actually catches it with his foot as well. But I can't give him a hard time for not saving a penalty because penalties are hard. But what I can give him a hard time for is every time that the camera cut to him, he was screaming at one of his teammates. He wasn't encouraging them, wasn't helping them, wasn't trying to do anything. He was absolutely berating them. And what ends up happening is no one wants to be near you. No one wants to help you. No one wants to fight for you if you're constantly berating them. And you could see it in his face. He was just angry and yelling at everyone. And the reason why I'm going to come on to that is because of his next goal right here. So you're 2-1 down. Your goalkeeper's yelling at you. Right now, this guy here should be moving into this space right here to receive the ball. He should be getting, because you can see, look, 1, 2, 3 players in a line. He can't see his goalkeeper. He needs to drop and give his goalkeeper an option. He doesn't want to because his goalkeeper's been yelling at him all day and he just really can't be bothered with his keeper's attitude. I'm telling you, that's exactly why he's not dropping back into this. Because at that point, it's only 2-1. They can go and get an equaliser, but no one's really interested. And all of a sudden, he takes a little bad touch on the ball. Takes a bad touch. Look at his attitude. He just turns away and looks because he thinks he's going to launch it down the field. And here's the thing. He plays it with his left foot. And it bounces off this guy. He has no idea it's coming to him. Absolutely none. Smashes it into him. Bump. No idea. Because it takes a deflection. He's not aware of it. He's not really paying attention. And all of a sudden, they're in real trouble. And he knows it as well. I don't know why he's out there in the first place, to be honest. He knows he's not a ball-playing goalkeeper. He knows he doesn't have the skill to be doing that. He's not one of those... he's not the Man City keeper or, anyone that... that's not his craft. His craft is being a solid box goalkeeper, defending in the box, catching corners, doing all the basics and doing it at a good standard. That is not what his game is. But I don't know why he's out there trying to do that, trying to look clever, and he just cost his team maybe a point because they got back it, probably not, but definitely making sure they didn't at 3-1. As soon as that ball gets taken off him there, Bosch tries to go for a bit of a foul. Fair play. Foul him anyway. Yep. And he just puts it straight into the top of the corner. Boom. There we go. Bush into the net box. Now look at his attitude and reaction. No one wants to go near him. Oh, they got cut to that. No one wants to go near him or talk to him. No one wants to say a word because they've been yelling at him for the whole... he's been yelling at them for the whole game. He needs to change his attitude. I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.